Namaste and greetings, blessings to everyone. I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm a bit stoned and I've got lost track of time as usual. But this time I've done worse than what I normally do, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm here now and that's what's important. Well, to start the show off really is that I haven't got much to say in this show, to be honest, because I have been thinking, meditating, whatever you call it, about what, like, an inspiration, what's come up with, and I've got quite a few things, but it's all boiling down to basically, we've got to all be some kind of, like, when I say selfish, I mean selfish as in you've got to start, you've got to research, investigate, you've got to start spiritually growing yourself, and the people who don't want to basically want to know what you want to develop and what you want to get into. If someone don't agree on what you want to get into, you just start being selfish in that way, in that kind of way, and start progressing it, because that's what I've done. I've been selfish in many ways because I put myself first. That's basically what I'm saying. Be selfish, put yourself first, and research, investigate, and do what you need to do to develop your spiritual journey. And on my spiritual journey, it's been a bit different, quite a lot different actually, to my friends and what they're up to and what they do as work. But so yeah, I've got quite a lot of different things in my head at the time. As well as that, I come home and I was thinking, what should I talk about or what should I discuss, and something came into my head, and it was just like an inspiration, basically a quote or whatever you want to call it. Just basically says more than meets the eye. Basically that's what my title on the camera says, more than meets the eye. And I don't mean the third eye, I mean these two eyes. There's more to see than what you see in these lenses, So what I'm saying is basically is that these people that love the royal family. Okay, here we go. I'm going to talk about the royal family. So if you're a royal family lover or you support them, be my guest and look off, because freedom of speech and all that, and this is what I'm going to talk about, is regarding a bit about the royal family here. So, and I don't consent to any legal acts or statutes, so be notified of that. So anyway, more than meets the eye, royal family. Right, so you get the Queen, the little lady, the sweet little innocent lady. Well, she looks it on TV anyway, bless her. And when you're not watching her on TV, she's up to all sorts, and I'll get into that a little bit later, what she gets up to. But right now I'm going to start talking about basically King George, her father, sorry. Yeah, so I don't know if you're aware, you may not be. The people who I know who may be tuned in right now, watching right now, they're not aware of basically the royal family and what they get up to when they're not on TV screens or waving or doing the Hitler salute out the outside the Buckingham Palace. When they're not doing all that stuff in there, not on TV, they're getting up to stuff. And what they get up to is black magic. That's what they develop. They develop black magic and not white magic. They don't project love, they don't project light, they don't project truth, and they don't project honesty. What they project is a false projection, a perception that they want you to see. And if you're still with me and you're listening, and then bless it be, and just listen to me carefully, and hopefully you are listening, and well, the mic is up and you can hear it properly. Right, King George, he was a Freemason. I'm not going to go into details because I ain't got them up at the moment in my head, a bit stoned and all that. But King George, yeah, he's a Freemason, a real top Freemason as well. And this as well as King George, and regarding that subject, as I started getting into my journey as a spiritual being, like person, right, spiritualist, I started looking into the history and seeing what's going on in the world and what could happen in the future. Like the worries, the stresses, the chaos, what's going on in the world. Instead of focusing on all of that, what I done with my soul, my awareness, my being took over my person and my personnel, because all that swagger wannabes, listen to hip hop, drum and bass, and all that stuff, and all the low vibrational mind state. That's what I used to be into when I was younger. Actually do it as a young person, because that's how we're programmed to be. And so anyway, when I got into my journey, instead of looking around what's going around at that time, 2012, when a lot of stuff was going on spiritually in the world, globally as well, and a lot of people talk about this revolution and spiritual revolution, people awakening. I didn't really take much notice of that, to be honest, because I was going through my awakening, and my awakening wasn't watching TV or hearing gossip or hearing stuff that's not good for my higher self. Basically, I put myself into, when I say solitary, or how you pronounce the words, when the Buddhas, the monks do it, they keep the self away. Being selfish, just what I mean about being selfish. Looking after yourself, not being selfish as in, I don't care about other people. You can care about other people, but no, I say don't care about other people and what goes on in the world. You're concerned about it, but don't care, because once you care and you worry and you stress over people's problems or the world problems or what's going on in the world, your vibrational state is going down and down and down and down, because it's the worries, it's the vibrations, it's the frequencies, and that's what we're programmed. And every day we're getting programmed by TV, because I do watch TV. You've got to have an inside scoop to know what's going on within the establishment and the Illuminati or the elite, the Bilderbergs, whatever you want to call you. But I haven't got no one inside personally, but I've got a good mental insights. I've got guides that let's just say they've been connected to these people that run the world in one way or another, and that's how I get this wisdom about the royal family and what they get up to. I'll get deeper in a minute, but yeah, I just started getting into it. Instead of worrying about what's going on in the world and the new world order and all this, the new age and all this stuff which people talk about. Obviously, I looked into it a little bit, but didn't really. I was doing my own thing, being selfish, putting my being first before my personnel, or my spiritual life before material life. Right, so this so basically what I've done here is looked into the occult, looked into black magic, looked into Satanism, looked into Zionism, Zionist. Only recently looked into that, so don't know too much about it, but I know enough to talk about Zionist, but I won't get into that today. But so yeah, as well as looking into the angels, the the pagan goddess, the pagan gods, and all the grounding and all the love and the light and all that kind of whatever you want to call it, that kind of side of the journey. Yeah, but my journey consists of digging deep in the rabbit hole, like David Icke says, and that is basically digging at the secrets. And they are secrets because you don't know about this stuff. So if you don't know about something, it's a secret. And if you do know about something, it's not a secret. So it ain't a secret to me, but it's a secret to others. I'm not talking about RH negative blood, because I've talked about that. That's a bit subject open there for me at the moment. But basically, so yeah, I've never talked about it until this day on, and the reason is being because from now on, oh shit, I've got to fucking stop this broadcast at the moment. But I'll be back with you within the next hour, hopefully. Blessings, everyone. So sorry about that. I had company for a minute. I just let a few other people join in before I continue what I was talking about. Basically, what I was talking about was where is it? My book that I've been well, not really researching. I just looked for guidelines basically. So I've been talking about this book called The Black Art. Basically, it consists of like knowledge about the black magic and sorcery in parts of the world, in every range, every age. Go to back to pre-times, back to present day. The author was an occultist himself, an Egyptian who lived in the West Indies and South America. He explored Europe and Asia for further knowledge of the secret art. So basically, yeah, black magic. And why am I talking about black magic? Well, because our royal family, as in England, United Kingdom, our royal family, not all of them, but regarding the lizard, as she has been called, or we could call her the dragon, the old dragon, or you could call her Elizabeth, whatever you want to call her. But basically, I was talking about Queen Elizabeth and her father George, and also I will be talking about Victoria and what they used to get up to as well, regarding the black magic and Satanism and the rituals as well. So, but basically, I was also talking about before I had to come off camera. I was also talking about how I started getting into spiritual path. Furthering my knowledge. Really, I was on my spiritual path already. I was just furthering my knowledge, and without looking on the internet, because I was getting bored with theories on the internet and what I was getting in my head. So I wanted to have another place to have another source to have a little guidelines. And remember that people, they are all guidelines. In every book, in every TV program you watch, or whatever comes to your way, it's a guideline. It's not always true. It's not always. There's a lot of stuff in this world. It's not fully true. You've got to deep into stuff to actually dig the truth out of the illusion, the conspiracy and stuff. So basically, yeah, I had to. I've never practiced it, of course not, because I'm not a dark lord, or I'm not a dark worker. I don't work in negativity, but I do talk about it because at the end of the day, people don't know about this stuff, and the people who do know about it don't talk about it. And I'm gonna be one of them who talk about everything and anything that comes my way, that I feel that will help someone, guide someone in some aspects, and I do believe that it will do to you, whoever you may be. Because you know, like I talk about frequencies, we get drawn for all different stuff, you know. So if you're into not really black magic and practicing, but if you're into finding out the truth and digging into what's going on in the world and what's happening, how these people got to obtain that kind of knowledge to do this and get that far and become who they are in society or the public eye, sort of thing. So you've got to like look at everything. So instead of me looking into much of the new world order and the new age and the chaos what's been going on since 2012 in the world, Obviously I've been saying my distant healing and stuff like that, of course, but apart from that I've not really looked into it, because in the start of my journey, that's going back a few years now, because I discovered, you know, my blood type, the Rh negative, A negative, and I also discovered that, well, on the internet they claim Adolf Hitler had A negative, as well as George Washington, the forefather of America, was also Rh negative A group, same blood type as me and Adolf Hitler. This is only reference or what's being put on the internet by whoever, but like I said in my previous video and previous things, I feel like, you know, I've got some connection to Adolf in some kind of aspect, but like it's an illusion about everything. Everything's a conspiracy. So it's only up to yourself, up to me, and up to yourself to decide what's good for you and what's right for your journey in your life as a person, as a spirit, as a soul, experiencing, as being a human, however you want to perceive it as. But so yeah, many of these occultists, or many of these black magicians, I reckon 98% of them has got the Rh negative blood, because the Rh negative blood is very, when I say very spiritual, and I would say very spiritual, it's not really very spiritual, it's just more sensitive blood, shall I say, or I'm picking up, it's more sensitive frequency. So people with the Rh negative blood, or most of the indigo children and indigo adults, have this blood type, but they don't actually know, because they ain't been told by their GP doctors or the National Health, or whoever you're governed under for the health. They don't tell people they're Rh negative unless they want your blood. You don't get told something unless they want you for something. And I've never been told my blood type until I had a blood test in 2012, because my older brother thought I was the odd one out for some reason. Not the odd one out, but more forward, more disconnected to society, more on the ball, but in certain areas, and in certain areas I was very difficult to handle as a child, due to my sensitivity to the society and other frequencies in that society, and still do. So that is why I don't really go out, and when I do go out I like to be on my own, unless I feel connected in some way to that person, or, you know, that spirit and stuff. And many of the Rh negatives, and now, not just now in present time, but in the last at least 2 years, I've seen on Facebook a lot of Rh negatives actually reconnecting, reuniting with each other. But no one, from what I know of, no one is actually talking about it, except myself and another person that I don't really want to mention names, but another person out there is talking about that Rh negative blood, and I don't agree on everything he says. So basically there's only 2 people I know of that talks about Rh negative blood, open as I am. And the reason is being because I've got nothing to worry about, I've got nothing to be feared about, I've got nothing to be scared about, I've got nothing to hide. And the people who don't want to be talking about their blood type, or about themselves, they've got something to hide. And they've got something to hide because, well, I'm not going into that why, because you know. Anyway, back to this black magic. You've got to study the people you're up against, your enemies, or enemies in the battle of the light and the dark. We're the light workers, and the darkness is this world, and it's orchestrated by other extraterrestrials, and they're governing the Illuminati. They're governing each other, and a part of the hierarchy is like the royal family and all that side. And they're all, well, most of them, 99% of them, are black magicians anyway. And this book actually mentions King George and Dr. John Dee. And you may not be aware of actually who John Dee is. John Dee is actually Queen Elizabeth I's personal astrologist, astronomist, black magician, numberologist. It's it all says in there basically, but it says on the internet, it says loads of different references to Dr. John Dee and how he's connected to the royal family. If the royal family are innocent and as they portray themselves in TV, if that's true and they do work enough in light, then why are they connected to these black magicians? Why have they got sort of right to have a personal astrologer? Come on, but getting into black magic and then Satanism and human sacrifice, and it's not love and it's not light and it's not looking after the public. It's like more like it's more than treason. It's more like killing the public off, and that's what they're doing. The Illuminati, the Bilderbergs, they openly say they want to kill off 1 billion fucking, sorry my language, people. They want to kill off loads of innocent people, and that's what they're doing over other countries, over the Middle East. And anyway, but the black magic, I've had to study the black magic. I've had to study I've never really got into vampire stuff, and I'm not really going to go into that or even look into that, because it's not really interesting to me. It's not relevant to my spiritual path. So yeah, but the alchemy and stuff like that, I've looked into. Black magic, sorcery, herbs, occult stuff. Basically, like I've said in my previous videos, the occult means the hidden knowledge, basically. So it mentions a lot about hidden knowledge, and that hidden knowledge is basically like talking about King George, the sex rights, the secret societies he's attached to, connected to even. And obviously, there must be people out there watching these videos about the Illuminati and what they get up to there, and their rituals and their worshipping Satan and all that, which is true. I do. Just like we worship the moon at night or worship the sun in the day, they do the same but in a different way. They do it within darkness, and they're not on the path we're on. That's what I'm saying. So there's a lot of just look out for that book, or try and obtain it somewhere. It's got a lot of information on black magic and exorcism and how it's connected to the royal family. A bit about the royal family, but it's just interesting. The point is really, you've got to study the people that you're up against. That's what my point is, I think, because when you go up to it, when you go into a fight or when you go into a boxing ring, you got to know what you're up against, your opponent basically. So basically what I'm saying, you've got to study who you're against, so, or challenging, or battling. We're battling darkness with light, so we've got to expose the darkness with light. So basically, exposing the royal family, it's not treason, and it's not it's not being negative, it's not being whatever you want to call it, it's not being anything really, it's just being truthful or coming up with facts, because I haven't at this moment in time got anything on paper to start talking about facts and that, but I know so much about it, it's incredible. But all I know, what I'm going to say right this second in time, is that even Prince William and Prince Harry, I reckon they're even Freemasons and connected to and all that. But Prince Harry, I love him, respect him, I feel like a lot of Dinah's soul is in Prince Harry, and that's why he's connected to the outside world as much as Diana was, because you know I'm going off track here, but you see Harry, if he ever does become king, it'll be a King Henry. By the way, it won't be a King Harry, because his real name is his real name is Henry, and you can find that on the internet as well. So don't think I'm wrong on that, because you can look on the internet. It's actually named Henry, and that would be probably Henry the Ninth if he does become king. But most probably George anyway. I haven't really looked into all that stuff. I'm so stoned, I'm so confused, because I'm trying to look for some. I was trying to look for some more ideas, meditating earlier, but I've just gone off track because I got disturbed. And the point was basically, you know, as I do every day, in some kind of aspect, some kind of way or not, some way or another, I learn. Either in this realm, you know, in the world, or learn mentally, like, you know, in your head, thinking and meditating. When I say meditating, I mean you know, like just closing your eyes and just turning the TV off, turning all the frequencies off, the electrics. Someone asked me earlier, I'm not mentioning names, but they asked me earlier, how do you meditate? I can't really answer that, how do you meditate, because only you would know how to meditate yourself. I meditate in different ways, but one advice is to not have electronical devices around. Talking, computers being on, fridge being on, kettle being on, the plugs, switches. Because remember, guys, they're all, and girls and ladies, gentlemen, whoever's watching, remember, they're all frequencies, they're all plugs, they're all going frequencies, they all connect, and they connect to you, and they connect around. And at the moment, I've got loads of frequencies, and that's probably why I'm in my head right now. I just can't come up with anything, because I've got loads of stones, but here right beside me, which I'm going to show out on camera in a minute, share with you what I was blessed with the other day as well from a friend. But right this second in time, I'm just going to check on YouTube, make sure it's streaming okay, and then maybe I'll do a little card, see what's going on for the moment. Who likes a cup of tea? Because I do. I love it. When I get my new teeth in, mate, got to say goodbye to tea. Anyway, what I'm going to share in this video is, because I've gone right off track, basically, your opponent in a boxing ring. If you're going into a boxing ring, you've got to know how to knock them out. You've got to know how to put them on the floor. You've got to know how to go up against them, basically. And going up against the Illuminati, or the controllers of the world and the New World Order, how to not defeat it. Because you know what, people, we will never defeat the New World Order, because like we had an old age and an old world, we've got a new world, and that is just natural. It's just fear projected on TV. That's another thing. When I watch TV, I personally watch TV sometimes you got to, because you know, when you do too much spiritual stuff, you just get lost of track of time for a start, and you end up going a bit of not really crazy, but you end up going like very disconnected from everyone. And especially if you're addicted to technology, like addicted to laptops and your phones. I'm not addicted to phones, thank God. I don't even have one, because I tell you what, if you have a phone, yeah, you need to chuck it away, get rid of it, because it's the worst thing you can have for your pineal gland. You've got your phone here, yeah? So you're talking away, or what are you doing, or whatever you're doing. Frequencies, remember people, frequencies here. And the frequencies you're channeling from the speaker, which you are, and you're talking to whoever you're talking to through that frequency. How do you think we talk to other people on the end of the line? We ain't got a big cup, and sorry, a long string and two cups. We can't talk like that no more. So we got our phones, and mobile phones are very bad for you, because very bad. They're not so good for you, shall I say, because when you put the phone against your ear, like I used to, when I used to constantly be on the phone, say no more about that, but I used to be constantly on the phone, and that's why I used to be distracted from my spiritual journey as a youngster, because I was always on the phone trying to make, you know, my piece of the pie. This is so. And as I was doing that, like many youths do these days, and many people these days use phones, it's damaging your third eye, it's damaging your pineal glands. The frequencies that you're doing here, all the technology even, that the technical devices, they're all low vibrations, like from TV, radio, blah blah blah. But phone is the worst thing you could ever do, I think, because it will go straight to your pineal glands, and it will toxify your pineal glands, which is your third eye basically. And so that's why for free, oh, it's been longer than that, but at least 4 years, like I said, about 4 years now, I've not had a phone properly. 3 years ago I had a phone for about a week, and I thought, you know what, in my head I said, you know what, Alf, fuck it, I don't need it. And you know what, I don't. You know what, you don't. There's many ways we can contact each other without using a mobile phone, because it's not just the third eye getting damaged, but we're getting watched, we're getting listened to, we're getting tapped. Like, it's not like we've got anything to hide, but we're still getting tapped, we're still getting watched, we're still getting governed, we're still getting watched by Big Brother, you know, by the CIA who designed and built Facebook, Twitter, stuff like that before they become private companies. And I'm surprised I'm still on Facebook. It's only because I've got more connections to people and outside overseas. I'm still on Facebook, and I'm very surprised I'm still on Facebook. But you know what? That just shows them and shows yourself that people like us can't be taken out unless you're scared and you show fear, or you project fear. Now right now, I don't normally wear black stuff, but right now, in this moment in time, I'm actually wearing a black top. A black top and my chakra necklace, obviously chakras to keep me balanced and all that, but a black top. And it's not because of you, the viewers, it's not, I'm not wearing it negative, I'm not basically just project my top, my black top jumper even, as a hematite. Okay, so I'm wearing my hematite shell suit, let's just say that right this second, and that vibration, not for you, because I know most of you, and if you are here watching me within darkness or no good intentions, and I know that the person or few people actually now are actually watching, I know you're not that kind, so don't worry about it. But basically today I wore this top out, and the reason being, or the meaning, not the reason, because I don't reason with this, there's a meaning behind it. Okay, so the meaning behind it is because if anyone did come to me with negativity or bad intentions, or you know, let's just say anything low vibrational, yeah, and they're trying to project it to me, my black top is a frequency, or that black even is a frequency, a vibration, and it's a protective, like hematite, it protects you and it bounces back. That's not black, That's not black magic. That's not it's not black magic. It's not wishing bad on other people. It's basically bouncing back their energy, what they projected out. So basically, at the end of the day, you get 3 times what you give out. So you know, if you're working enough a night, you know, you've got nothing to worry about. But if you work in darkness and bad intentions, you know, when I studied witchcraft and that, you know, they say if you send out something, it will come back, hit you 3 times. And people can call that karma, you can call it whatever you want. I'll just say, I don't really call it karma, because I've got a different explanation for karma, but, or a different perception for karma, but, you know what I'm saying anyway. It's like a hematite, so that protective frequency that I'm wearing, people try and attack me mentally, spiritually, psychically. That black vibration, or that vibration specifically, hematite frequency, is protecting me and bouncing it back. And I always wear blue or very light colours, since I learned about colours and vibrations and how they connect, how they can be good for us, and how they can be bad for us, and you know, different frequencies for different meanings, reasons, stuff like that. And I don't know. Look, I'm not even joking. I talk about hematite, and I've got to blow you. It's broken. It broke the other day by accident. But basically, it's a rosemary. Well, it's not rosemary. Rosemary. Oh God. I know not many people are watching this, but basically, whatever it is, yeah, you can see what it is. It's a hematite beads. They're not beads. They're hematite metal, in there. But it's in that. Well, not a coincidence, but it's in that symbolic, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how to pronounce the other words, so I won't say it. But yeah. What am I like? That's what I was gonna do. Right, this. I'll go and talk about more about the royals and all that in a minute. So that's some information you really need to hear. But basically, I've got I gave a friend the other day, well, the other week, a little gift, a few gemstones, and they returned me back a little gift. But it wasn't gemstones specifically. It was more like this. And I don't know how to use it or wear it or whatever, but I know how to. I know it's for good luck and other reasons as well. I'm sure people know what the colours represent or what they're symbolic for and stuff. But this is it, and we've got little gemstones on it as well. Hopefully you can see that. I've got bad nails. Forget the nails, look at that. So basically, yeah, it's I don't really know what it is. It's just a good luck totem, isn't it? It's good enough for me. Anyway, but the colours in it are brown, white. I think this is an indigo. I'm not too sure. Indigo one, and that's a red one. So that's obviously red. It can mean 2 different things. Depends how you feel. Depends what mind state or vibrational state you're in. If you're happy and you're you know, higher frequency, like most people are with autism, or most people who are diagnosed with ADHD are happy people because their vibrations are higher than other people. Anyway, so that's why we don't connect to society. But back to the point is that the indigo one is obviously a good colour, high vibrational. Probably because I'm an indigo and you know it's orchestrated like that. I don't know. 'Cause you know what? Everything in the world is orchestrated by by dark and light entities, but dark entities, low vibration, high vibration, however you want to perceive it. But I tell you what, it's orchestrated. Nothing happens for a coincidence. Anyway, back to the point, or my point anyway. Violet, no, not violet. Indigo, red. Right, red. If you're happy and your vibrational state's high and whatever, and you see red or you want to wear red, it's passion. It's good for passion. It shows you're passionate about a certain subject, or you want to channel or develop that red, that vibration state. If you want to channel the passion, what you're doing. So if you're, you know, if you're doing a project, you wear a nice red T-shirt or a nice red something that will stick out as well, something that will catch your eye, but not distract you, and that vibration will start enhancing while you're channeling or you're doing your projects. So that's passion, and it can, you know, for other reasons as well. It's not just for learning or, you know, passionate in a certain something. So that's in two colours. And the brown, you know, people say, you know, it's a bit dark, which I thought at first it's a dark colour, you know, so, you know, I didn't think it's a good colour, or good, I mean, as in a high vibrational colour, which it isn't. And the reason being is because it helps us to ground, which most people know now. It's brown, it's a grounding colour, and so yeah, that will help me ground when I use that totem, or have that totem around anyway. And that white obviously represents pure spirit, or infinite awareness, you know, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to perceive it, whatever frequency you're tuning into. So there it is anyway, up close so you can see it properly. Hopefully. So basically it's something like decoration. I don't know what to do with it yet, but you know what, I had it earlier when I was meditating in the graveyard like this. I'm not even joking. Don't need like that. This is how I roll, bloods. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. And the little gemstones on there is a little lapis lazuli, however you wanna pronounce it. It's like I've got on my ring. I'm not swearing, am I? No, it's just my ring, and it's lapis because I'm a 21st Egyptian pharaoh. No, I'm joking. And the turquoise, you know, it's good spiritual colour. It's good high vibration colour as well. I don't know what the other one is. It looks like maybe, I don't really know. It could be adventure, and that's a greenish colour. So you know, for the heart chakra. Yeah, and there's a clear quartz as well, gemstone. And the friend who gave it to me, gifted it to me, they had it made, basically handmade by a shaman. Don't know when, a little while ago, probably 20 odd years ago or something. And so basically I know it's got shaman or shamanic connections to it. And so yeah, I'm blessed in that way with that nice little thingy. You can probably see it better there anyway. Don't want to hold up. It's got that because the camera's dodgy because there's sunlight. Hopefully you can see that anyway. More than meets the eye. Everyone knows that. If you don't, you need to wake up. Right, this crystal also gifted to me. I don't exactly know what this is, but I feel like it's obviously a grounding one. It's a bit glittery colour. It's brown, that's all I know. It's nice though. a sandy colour or yellow stone, which I feel is probably sugarite, or the other one is a sugarite, I'm not too sure, but I was told one of them was anyway. Also an amethyst, which I love as well. Stop looking at my nails. I've got to grow them, and I will do when I stop smoking. Very, very soon, because I've got my teeth coming up. Well, operations on my teeth to get implants. And when I do, boy oh boy, people best get ready. That's all I can say. Well, I don't know if you want to tell me, any of you, do I look like this man? Before I grew my hair, obviously, because my hair's long. When I had my hair short, that's what I looked like. I would look like more like him. That's my uncle, Uncle Alfred, the person I was named after. Yeah, so and now he's in spirit, and you know, he's got connections to the royals. He's got connections to the secret societies up in you know, spirit realm, not down here, obviously. And that's what's always questioned me. The only thing that's questioned me on my journey is why, you know, why would information, because this is what they are, all guides, all entities, all creations or whatever, is information. It's information and infinite awareness. That's how you can obtain it. So I've always questioned, and the only thing I've questioned, because I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong, and I know I'm not doing anything wrong, but I've always questioned is why my uncle, or the people he knew, which were Nancy Astor, Robert Gouldshaw, which is obviously related to the Astor family, one of the 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, and I've got Rh negative, which is you know, the bloodline of Jesus Christ, or whatever you want to call it. But people out there say it is. I don't really care. I'm not concerned. All I'm concerned is about where I'm going in the future. This is what people on the TV, the media, people in the streets, gossip, all that reality, fake reality, that creation, what, you know, what's been programmed into people for, you know, people think this is the New World Order. The New World Order started like just after World War II. People, like when I got into all this, you know, everything I got into, I thought, wow, bloody hell, like, you know, it's a New World Order, and that's when I started, you know, not getting feared, because I've never been feared, but I was like, wow, it really is true, it's really happening out here, and you know what, it really is. But the thing is, people distract with the New World Order. Forget about the New World Order. It's going to be here whether you like it or not, and we can't stop it. But what we can do, and what we can stop, is getting distracted by the TV, the media, your friends, your family, if needs to be. You've got to start being selfish and taking yourself first if you're on a spiritual journey like myself, because otherwise what you're going to end up doing, you probably end up going to work for the rest of your life, and then, you know, your kids going to work for the rest of their life, and we're going to continue being robots for the Illuminati, all the connections, all the establishment and the hierarchy, and that's what we are. We are the bottom people. If we stop being the working, or the corporate, if they stop working as the corporates, yeah, of course we'll lose shops and whatever, but if we lose shops, yeah, and think about it, we could probably we could probably save South Africa for bloody dying if we stopped all of our foods, or the processed food anyway, give them to the South Africans, at least they're eating at the end of the day, and start, you know, changing stuff in the world. And, you know, processed food is no good for no one, but at the end of the day, you've got to be grateful for what you get, and You know, even though, you know, my diet is, excuse my French, whatever you want to call it, but it's actual shit, my diet. And there's many reasons why, and I'm not going to explain why, but, you know, once I'm back, properly back, and I feel I'm properly back, like I was back in 2013 when I started proper going in for certain channeling, certain energies I was going through. Because I was on the right diet, I was on fruit, I was on veg, and when I wasn't eating fruit or veg, I was on urine therapy. And yeah, many people, you know, diss the urine therapy, but I'm telling you, you don't have to trust what I'm saying, but I'm telling you now, I was doing it for 8 months. One time, yeah, I excuse French as well, but I did fuck up. I did take too much urine in and not detox myself as much, and that was my, not a mistake. It's my learning process basically, because now it teaches me. Because now I'm on my own on my journey. Because at the time I had my older brother helping me out, you know, giving me knowledge from here and there, and then I was like researching it deeper. And then what he's on a different level to what I'm on, and so basically, yeah, you got to learn about who the people you're up against, and if you feel like you're not up against anyone up in this world, then you got to think deeper about it, because at the end of the day, we are up against the let's mention a few names: the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Bushes, Obama, David Cameron, all these people, all the figures you see on TV, the Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, all these people are not just working in darkness and got no good intentions for humanity or global economy, or however you pronounce that word. They ain't got no good intentions at all. And you know what? All that on TV, or all that the gossip people are talking about, oh, this new world order, this new world order, it's distracting people from doing that actual spiritual journey. So you need to start basically looking into who you're against. And if you're not against anyone, because you're just a medium and you're just a healer, you got to think back. You got to think deeper into it. Who are you really against, or who are really we up against? We work in love and light, and they work in darkness, and they got they got bad intentions. We got good intentions. So yes, people, we have got a battle of light and darkness. It's not a war. We're not going out for negativity. They're coming for us. We don't go, you know, and that's why I don't agree on protesting or rioting, because, and I'll never get involved myself, because if we do that, what are we doing? We're experiencing, and we're projecting basically anger. Yeah, we're not feared, we're not scared, but we're projecting anger. What's that? That's low vibration. Why would you want to project anger? The low vibration. You might be you know, releasing some you're getting something off your chest, and that's all good and well. It's up to you at the end of the day. It's free will, but that's not me. I'd rather, you know, look into basically what's going on in the world, really what's going on in the world, who's controlling things in the world, and how we can, you know, develop our greater purpose. Because everyone feels like, yeah, we're mediums, we're healers, but you know what? There's more to it than that. You know, mediums can be, and they can develop it even to become a psychic detective or a clairvoyance, and it goes on, mystic, it goes on and on and on. And yeah, we're all healers. Everyone's a healer, because we've all got this infinite awareness, and we can obtain it just by channeling the love and the light. And that love and light is a frequency, and that frequency is good intentions. So once you think of good intentions, that love and light frequency connects straight away, and that's how it's done. Simple. You don't have to question it really. But when you go to the NHS and you try and sort your teeth out, they want to give you dentures. When you ask them implants, they say, oh, we can't do it because we ain't got enough money, blah blah blah, or give us some excuses for why they're not doing it. So okay, alright, I gave up on NHS implants and all that stuff. Watched TV a week ago, but this was like, a few years ago. I was watching TV and they're talking about on the NHS you can get like, fake breasts. You can get boob jobs on the NHS. Implants, basically jelly implants. And yeah, it's funny, but if you think about it, if I can't get like implants through the NHS for my teeth, for my gums, so I can have some more, self-esteem or more confidence. If they really love, if they really worked in love and light, the NHS would put people like me and put other people who are worse off than me, talk about the teeth here, and stop, giving out these young girls or people who feel, fake breasts are the way to go forward. And I could understand in some aspect that people, some women might feel like, they're flat chested, so they want to enhance, their breasts and that. But if you really think about it, you're meant to be what you are. So appreciate that, and love yourself. Try and love everyone around you. Wear a black top, and don't let negativity come your way. And sometimes you've got to be selfish and disconnect yourself from society, because otherwise you'll be basically you'll be like a robot in this program that we all been born into, and it all goes back down to the birth certificate. Once again, talking about birth certificate, it's not evidence of identification, basically. So who are you? Well, you can see who I am. I can't see who you are, but I've got a good idea who the people are watching. So you need to look into your birth certificates. You need to look into the people who we're up against in this journey, and never show fear, because once you show something, you're projecting it, and projecting something like fear gives the enemy, or the person you're against, the establishment, let's say, you're giving them, you're being vulnerable to them attacking you psychically and programming you, and probably putting an implant in your head or in your arm, and you wouldn't even know it. So yeah, it's all about frequencies. It's all about learning your stuff, really. And if you if you look into how these people operate in the world, how they and why they get away with it, it's because they use different tactics, and they use black magic, and they use they use astrology, they use astronomy, they use alchemy, they use all different sorts of stuff, because so they can operate us, so they can govern us, basically. And they do that in the satanic rituals. They use black magic, human sacrifice, child sacrifice, animal sacrifice, that you name it, they've done it. I can't mention names on it because I don't really actually know who, but I know and I believe. It's not about believing, it's about knowing, and I know they do. There's footage evidence out there I've seen personally of a satanic ritual, and it's disgusting. I don't know how people even think that. And sacrificing, and the only thing you need to sacrifice is this world. You need to sacrifice this world, get rid of this world, and you need to be in your own little reality. You need to develop your own program. You want to develop your own program, and you don't want people to design that program for you. You want to design it for yourself, and you can only design it by good intentions, thinking, how can I solve this? If you ask yourself, how can I solve this, or you say, help me please, your guides will hear that, and they'll come to your assistance, and they'll help you out. trust me, like, not vocally help you out, like it won't talk to you voicely. Some people get it, but I don't. But I'll get urges, I'll get hints, senses, feelings, sometimes hear stuff, buzzing, all sorts of stuff. So, and it helps to do to write down on the pads what you get up to, what you do, like a diary as well, because it helps you to channel your soul and your spirit more than your ego. Because when you're being a human, you're being more ego than your soul. And if you think I'm wrong on that, you need to think about it really deeply, because you know what really is ego. It's being or presenting something. It's trying to show off something, you know. And so people need to balance it out, and I'm just about balancing it out now, thankfully. And I think I'll just leave it there, because I'm getting quite lost of subject what I'm going on there. But please don't forget to subscribe, and if you're interested in Reiki, or you feel like Reiki should be taught in primary schools all over the world, but especially in the United Kingdom, Scotland and Ireland, there's a link on my channel and on my homepage and my Facebook pages to for the petition for you to sign. So if you could sign that petition, that'd be great. And until next time, we get ready to lock off, but I can't just yet. Yeah, within nothing like truth and honesty, because that's what I do, and that's what I am. Like we all are. Remember, people, more than meets the eye, more than meets these eyes, the lenses, the frequencies that we pick up, the little fraction. If you think about it, look at the cats. Watch the cats, your cats, or people's cats, how they you know, how they experience their life, their journey. I watch my cat all the time, and blimey, they get up to some stuff, but the frequencies they see, they see colours, and they see sounds. It's like you would on ayahuasca. That's what's like a cat. So I believe it's all Egyptian related, connected somewhere or another. But anyway, so yeah, got a few little good things there for you to think about, and Google away, or you can go on duckduckgo.com, and it's a alternative search engine, and it's more protected than Google. It's not a private, it's not a corporate company. It's more of a private company, and it's more private with your details and stuff. So yeah, and remember to go on my website. Its short link is www.alfiedefine.tk. Okay, been nothing like. A few people ask me, why do I put up the pyramid sign or symbol even? And that, people, or my friends, is because like a lot of symbols are being reversed or projected as a bad symbol. The pyramid is actually a good symbol. It represents, and its symbolic definition basically it's associated with knowledge, power, and beauty basically. And that's the reason, because if you go to Egypt and you look in pyramids, that's what you get. You get power, you get knowledge, and you get beauty. The beauty's around you, the knowledge in there, and the power comes within. Not writing, not being your ego, not being, you know, that's kind of vibration. it's all about writing down your thoughts. It's all about writing down everything you think about the government or whoever you want to be talking about at the time. And it's all about writing down, and always try and remember, if you can possibly, try and write with your left hand. But if you are a right hander, and then right hand writing, then it doesn't really matter. But if you can do it with your left, and then how I perceive it and how I operate is, because obviously I write with my left hand anyway, naturally, and I've learned the left hand, or the left side